Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of Let's Play Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, right? Alpha Sapphire, Omega Ruby, those are the two. Sorry, yeah, Alpha Sapphire. I don't have the the actual image up on the screen yet for the logo there. But we are now in the post-game. This is episode number 29. I'm probably just going to call this like post-game 1, 2, 3, and post-game finale. There's going to be 4 episodes here. I've compressed all of the Delta episode into 4 episodes. I feel pretty strongly about that. But there's a lot of cool stuff that goes on here. I will say at the end of the Delta episode, I am officially done with the Let's Play. So if you want to go and check out somebody who plays even further, I know it's possible to catch tons of legendary Pokemon in this generation. You just have to continue playing and unlocking things. That's not really my particular goal. I want to catch the legendary Pokemon specific for this generation that I think are like applicable for like a general Let's Play, like what somebody like myself would have done when the game first came out. So I'm not going to go far past that, but as you can see here, we get introduced into like a new character. I'm not sure if they introduce by name here. I can't tell if she said her name yet or not. I wasn't really paying attention. There we go. We get some chatting to us about that. We go to visit May because we're supposed to go and watch this show tonight here. Just like, geez, May, what happened? Tell Average Joe, tell your buddy. She came in and she stole a keystone. Not a keystone. Oh my, you know what, I didn't even realize until I'm saying it right now. Having a keystone. How great that works with the Soda Pop themes for this Let's Play. That's great. Enjoy yourself a keystone. You know what, for every episode I want you all to have a keystone every time you're starting an episode. You know what, I already have one open, but let's get a preemptive one here. Enjoy yourself a keystone during each of these episodes. Have a good time. With that being said here, because there are only 4 episodes, I think I'm going to be pretty aggressive and do, for this limited time in the series here, you get to see if you get to pick a Gen 2 Pokemon there. Wish I would have known that. I would have chosen Mudkip again. I don't know if I would have, honestly. Because I don't have the time to raise another Pokemon, but, yeah, with that being said, this week, I think... No, yeah, it'll be normal, because we still have 2 weeks to end the month of March, but I really want to get this series completed by the end of March, which we're on track to do, so that way, you know, April comes, we can move into another Pokemon game, along with the Mario stuff that's been going on, along with Lego Star Wars, and then maybe something smaller. Maybe we can get something smaller out there. But here we go, we travel to the other town. We got an Aqua admin grunt person here that we're going to battle. Going to tell him who's boss here. We use our discharge. Get him going. Some good experience from Lancer. I will say, like, as long as your team is, like, really well suited, there really isn't, like, a huge jump in, like, the actual levels of your Pokemon. Like, you don't need to do any grinding here for the Delta episode, which is really nice. Pokemon has seemingly either been, like, really great with that or completely and entirely missed the mark, where, like, you either go into the post-game and the end trainer is level 70 Pokemon, or it's level 40. Like, it's so hit or miss in a Pokemon game, and it's so nice when they hit it on the nose, and I feel like this is the first time I'm playing through a Pokemon game, because this is my first walkthrough of the remakes here, where, like, they actually got it. And I'm so happy that they got it. Because it feels so nice to, like, oh wow, things occasionally can get competitive, and I can screw up and actually lose to, like, some people that we're gonna fight here. But for the most part, I feel relatively safe as long as I'm not being a dingus. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, like I said, it's just a really good feeling to have. Pokemon is usually, like, historically horrible at it, in my opinion. Like, really, really terrible. By the time you hit the post-game, your Pokemon are either level 100 or level 40. There's really no in-between, I feel like, every time I play a Pokemon game. So it's swell when it works out great like that. But here we go. We got Steven Stone coming again. I'm sorry, I am definitely going to talk over, like, a large portion of things going on screen. I already know that I'm going to do it. I don't like reading text, and that's how, like, a lot of the story is presented. You know, as somebody who spent multiple years getting a college degree, I really don't want to read text anymore. If I could watch a video and get the same thing done, I'll get it done. And unfortunately, I guess I could be the provider of that to you, because I could be reading all the text and you could just be listening, but I don't want to read the text. So, the circle of life, ladies and gentlemen, that's what it's all about. But here we go. Obviously, there's some world devastating stuff going on that we're going to need to take care of, right? That's always the premise. Yeah, that's the premise of the main story. How could it not be the premise of the Delta episode? Let's be real. We need to get infinite energy. In short, I'm not sure how much they've divulged yet, but there's a meteor crashing towards us that's going to kill us all, and we have to find a way to stop that. And somebody has an invention that they think can stop that we're going to try and apply and shoot back at the meteor. All caught up? Good. It's not as thick as a plot as, like, Terminator, but still the same effect. Everybody's gonna die. So we're really looking for a way to avoid this, because everybody dying, that's not gonna get us the Michelin star, folks, you know? It's just not gonna do it. So we're really trying to avoid that. It's gonna affect all of our bottom lines if humanity as a whole falls. But to be honest, a lot of this stuff going on in the post game is going to be like, Average Joe, you need to do this. Go here to do this. Good job doing that. You need to go here to do this. Go do that. And like, that's a lot of the post game. There are some cool areas that you could go off and like really explore and have a fun time. I'm absolutely sure you could. But it is not my jam, honey, or peanut butter to go and do that sort of thing. You know, like I said, especially for like a let's play like this, at this point in time, if I'm being brutally honest, I was like, let's get as much stuff done as we possibly can, as quickly as we possibly can, so that way like we could just finish up this let's play. And it wasn't because I wasn't having a good time, but it was just like, I want the episodes to be concrete and concise for you guys to enjoy. And I feel like the only way to like truly do that is to like blaze through this game as quickly as possible. But we're gonna go have one battle here with a mysterious figure once again. And it's funny, I think like I know I've mentioned it like very vaguely, but like growing up, I think this would have been like the bee's knees. I'd have to look at the year it came out, because like I think right around this time I got out of Pokemon around Gen 4. And I think this came out a few years later. But like right around the time I was getting out of Pokemon, I was also getting out of like Yu-Gi-Oh! And a lot of other things. And I think like if this just came out a few years prior, right, like this character right here is like straight out of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like that's what it reminds me of, like now as I get older. Like it just brings flashbacks to like, and this whole plot here kind of does too. So I think it's like a really cool tie-in between the two, and I think if it just came out a few years earlier, I might have been sucked into Pokemon just a little bit longer, but I'm kind of glad that I wasn't, because now I get to come back to it here as somebody who's ever slowly getting closer to 30 and actually get to appreciate it. So you know, it's fun. It's definitely different. But she's just giving us lore here. That's par for Pokemon. I think it's going to tell us who we're battling here, so we're actually going to get a name, and then I'm going to give the piss poor pronunciation. Ziena. And Ziena apparently thinks it's fun to bounce around like a monkey. YouTube, you're going to love that one. But Ziena has some dragon types here. They're not specific to this generation. Sort of likely to get wiped. Now there, I think we did well there, just solely based off of, I think this is like a dragon ground type Pokemon, so we're going to do well with fighting type moves. But we quickly probably want to switch into an actual dragon type. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all appreciated this episode. If you did, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. We'll be playing this series here, Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, on Tuesdays and Thursdays until we wrap up the series, which should be late next week. And then we'll be playing Pokemon Black, I believe, moving forward after that. So lots of Pokemon stuff coming up. I know a lot of people said they wanted to see more Pokemon stuff, so we're going to see that soon. We're also playing Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga on Monday and Wednesdays. There's a lot of things going on there, a lot of moving parts, so if you're interested in some Star Wars content, go and check that out on Mondays and Wednesdays. And we'll also be playing Mario vs. Donkey Kong on the Nintendo Switch on Sundays here. We're doing a level each, or a world each Sunday, so a lot of stuff on that front too. We have a lot of Let's Plays here coming down the pipe, a lot of episodes per week coming down the pipe, so you know, if you support all the work that's being put forth towards this episodes and you see any enjoyment, like I said, every like, every comment, anybody who subscribes, it all adds up at the end of the day. I appreciate all of you who took the time to watch the episode to this far, and we hope to see you all here on the next one. Until then, as always, peace out, Girl Scout.